G'day. What we're going to do today is we're going to try and make a billet so I can turn one of these. This is for my the rocket that I'm going to make, a Saturn V rocket. This is the bell housing. Oh no, so the smaller one worked fine, so I'm just going to upscale that to the bigger tin. The bigger tin is plenty big enough for what I need. And this should be quite easy to do. It's just a matter of putting the plastic in, which I've done, and just waiting for it to melt. This is the big one that I was making for the rocket ship. Okay, it's almost done. We can see all the way to the bottom. You can see all the way to the bottom. It's a little bit hard to, but we can. It still has a few bubbles in there, so I'm going to keep it in there for probably we'll try another 2 hours, see how that goes. That might get rid of all the bubbles. One thing that I see, you probably can, it's a little bit hot to hold. What you can see as well down here is you can see the different some color variations. I'll just get rid of this now, put it back in. The color variations, just basically what's on here. This is what you could see when you looked into the plastic. You could see those, but they're like on here. So not quite sure how to get rid of that, but this is a good test anyway, because majority of this, like, DVDs are black. So if we basically do it the same sort of time, we should be able to do the black or colours that we can't. It's hard to see with the bubbles. G'day. Alright, this is the big tin. Okay, we'll just say majority of the bubbles have come to the surface, but it still has bubbles throughout. Okay, now it's not. The process isn't going to work because because we're turning the temperature of the plastic up too high, it's starting to burn. That's all that yellow stuff you see. If it wasn't burning, it would be like a white color, like this. Well, it wouldn't be opaque, but it'd be a white color. Okay, now the only way we're going to get a billet of plastic is if we press it in the press. Unless I can find another plastic that has a higher flow rate. But at the moment, this one here, this isn't too bad. The The time is about 6 o'clock now. So it's been in the oven quite a while. I don't think those bubbles are going to come to the surface. I mean, they possibly could come to the surface, but it's just going to take too long. And also, with it taking too long and the temperature high, it's not going to be fruitful for our efforts. Yeah, so yeah, the only thing is we'll just have to see how it goes when it cools down. There, I know, have to be some way we can do it. Because yeah, it's definitely the plastic is burning because the temperature is too high. Yes, may have to look at another way to get a billet this size, or maybe I might just have to go back to the polystyrene, because we know how to glue the polystyrene. Maybe I have to do smaller ring sections. If I do smaller ring sections, then I can press that once I make the mold. Yeah, so at the moment, this really isn't an option. But like I say, I have to see how it turns. But we're definitely going to get, if I turn that now, I drill a hole or whatever, I'm definitely going to run into the air pockets, because there's still quite a few air pockets. But anyway, so the air pockets are at the top. Okay, so the air pockets are at the top. So maybe if we turn the back, we might be able to get one out, and maybe all the bubbles have come up the top and they just haven't escaped up the top. But I don't know, we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, the process is not good for the plastic anyway. Well, I should say not good for the billet anyway. We'll have to think of another way to get a block this size. It does look like we'll have to inject it in, heat it up in batches, or then eject it into the chamber. Okay, what I've done is I've taken our large plastic billet out of the tin. All I did there is I just cut off the top ring, and basically it slips straight out of the tin. Slips straight out, and there we go. Okay, on looking at the part, I can see bubbles in the top, in here. I can see discoloration in here at the bottom. Maybe it's just a different manufacturer of plastic. I'm not sure. They look like they were all the same brand, all the same make, but between different batches of these, there could be a slight variation. Okay, so we could be lucky. I'll just have to see how it goes. But I could be lucky to get what we need out of this part here. But I'll just have to turn it and just see what it's like. Yeah, so it worked all right. I think it's just probably it's a little bit out of reach to get a part this big. Or maybe the issue is that I just have the temperature up too high. And it's the other thing being is that it's been in the oven for 6, 8, I know, about 10 hours, and we've got to this stage here. So I don't think if I turn the temperature down any, that's going to really make any difference. If I turn the temperature down, then I don't think the plastic will flow as well. But yeah, so yeah, all I can do is give it a try in the lathe and see what it's like. Yes. Yeah, the only issue in the whole thing was trying to remove the bubbles. So I don't think the size was the issue. It was just more like the bubbles appearing. So if I'd put the plastic in the tin, well, in the mold, then once it gets hot, then we pushed it down. Then we put some more in there, and that got hot, and we pushed that down. I don't think we would have got the. I don't think we would have got the bubbles. Yeah. So we got the small one, and we got the large one. Have to see how those turn, but they should turn alright. But it's just the bubbles. That's the key. Alright, if we can get one out of here, then that'll be alright. It's all a learning curve. That's what you make out of DVD cases. Alright, so yeah.